Hello everyone, today we'll be checking out the Benefactor LRC GT, brand new as of 2026 for the Quartz Heist update. It is based on the legendary Mercedes-Benz CLK, what is it? It was a CLK GTR, there we go, GTR. Um, but with that said, this car appears to have a lot of customization. And excuse me if I sound kind of funny, I am still a little bit sleepy since I did wake up extra early for this. But as I said, this car has a lot of customization, which is pretty cool to see. And honestly, I might be overwhelmed since this car really came as a surprise and I really didn't have much time to do extra research on the car before actually starting the video. It's not like it matters much since I'm already kind of like not, I'm just half awake. But with that said, um, actually, before I say anything else, I want to talk about the exhaust. From what I remember, the stock exhaust is probably the closest to the actual car. So these type of crazy exhaust setups are probably just, you know, custom aftermarket things, if there is such a thing for this type of car. But anyway, what I was gonna say is that I will go back and update the car's customization for my community posts. I really do like to take a lot of cinematic screenshots for my cars. For those of you who are brand new and don't know or don't remember, that's what I love to do in my spare time. So I'll go back later and make some changes. But for now, I'm just gonna go through the first impressions with you guys. Check out this car. And I'm just gonna put on what looks good at the moment to me as I see what I'm working with. But besides that, the liveries here are great. I mean, they're probably not based on anything in real life since this car was very exclusive. It is, however, a bit of a GT car, so I could be wrong. So a lot of these could be references to some of those cars. But as I said earlier, I really didn't have enough time to make research anyway. So, I mean, but it's still good with what you get. You can make some real life references if you're an enthusiast or a fan of this car in particular. And I also want to say that those liveries are highly detailed. I had to go through them a bit quick, you know, for video purposes, but they're high resolution and well done. For the rear diffusers, um, they're pretty solid options, but I do not remember uh, which ones are closest to the production model or the civilian model, since there was only so few made, uh, like in the tens or the dozens. You know, this car is a very limited production run. But I'll go back later in my community posts for some fun facts, as I like to do here and there. I like to sprinkle some fun. But for this, I want to put an iconic silver. I know everyone's going to be doing this, but I mean, this is how most of the cars came, either in silver, black, or white. So I might as well do an iconic silver. I can't remember what the name is called. It does have a secondary there, which I'm going to match just for now, or I'll just match it. I could get a little closer to the actual silver that I want to reference here, but I need to look at more depictions to see how close I am. But for now, that's good enough. And for the skirts here, this is a little overwhelming since I just gotta go back and forth and look at the actual car, since you have a ton to work with here. And I might change it to something else. I might change it to the Mono GT. Yeah, it's fine for now. Let's see. You do have some splitters here. I mean, that's cool. And I feel like the front splitter sticks out so much. You wouldn't be able to drive this car in real life because it's already so low. And I mean, it's already so long. Look at that. This is more intended for track use and actual, street use. But you do your thing. I mean, this is in real life, but as someone that really likes immersion, I feel like it's, ridiculous. So I'll just do a simple one. And oh my, we have a ton to work here, a ton to work with here with the spoilers. You have a bit more shapes there, which is interesting. Different designs of the same wing, so you can get closer. Or you can go for a different style depending on your tastes or what you're trying to reference. Or you could just replicate the GT variant of this car. Or a race car variant. I can't remember the official name that this car had for the racetrack. And since I was so busy with commentary, I didn't get to discuss the exhaust. The exhausts sound crazy. Of course, you have your usual, sun strips there, but doesn't matter. For the wheels look almost identical to the actual car, so I'll just leave them on, but I want to give you an impression of what the aftermarket wheels look on this. And I feel like these look pretty good. Honestly, I wouldn't mind swapping them out just to do something different. Uh, but I really like the turbine style, or whatever you call that. Of course, I'm gonna do some bulletproof tires. I always play in public lobbies. The window tint seems to only affect, the passenger doors, which is alright. And anyway, I'm gonna discuss our performance here real quick, and then give you a closer look at that engine. Hopefully, there's some detail. But based on my oh, that's cool. It has a third brake light. I really love that detail. Not every car in the game has that. But with enough distractions, the handling is actually very good. I could tell this car has a lot more potential if I took it on a straight line or on a race, just to really push this car to its limits. Uh, but overall, I feel like the driving experience is pretty good. I really can't complain much here. I feel like this is gonna be more of a delight the more I drive this car, and the more I get accustomed to it. Not that it's a particularly hard car to drive. It looks like there's a random event in the area, but whatever. It doesn't affect me. But And now that I'm on the styling section of this video, or the detail section, I could safely say that the detail is pretty good just without opening anything in the car. But let's see. And that's pretty cool. That the front compartment there opens. I believe that's a fuel cell. I do not recall what the front thing is. The interior does seem to be shared with the Progen GP1, which is based off of McLaren, but that's okay. The cars from around the same age, the 90s, mid 90s. The engine model, this probably has been seen before somewhere on one of the open wheel cars, but it's still pretty good. I mean, overall, this car really did give me great impressions. But with that said, thanks for watching.